Hi fans, we have a retired Marvel superhero set. This is Doc Ock Truck Heist. It was set number 76015 and 235 pieces. There was 3 figures, Doc Ock, Spider-Man, and an armored car driver. You have an armored car with an exploding back, another accessory that has a web launcher, and it has a lot of cool pieces if you're looking to stock up on some gold, money, or jewels. Let's see if our web-slinging superhero can stop this heist. Our 3 figures side by side. Doc Ock on the left, and I do like his octopus arms, and LEGO did a really good job of being able to create that and attach it to a minifigure. Now there's posts on the armored car that we'll look at in a moment all around the vehicle, so it's easy to set him, that means Doc Ock, on the car and make it look like he's trying to break into the back to steal the contents. Now the arms themselves have claw clips on each of the ends, and there's Technic hinges throughout. It gives you good sturdiness, but sometimes it's also a pain to get just so, especially when you want to stand him like this. He does come with a dynamite accessory and great printing on the minifigure. There is the angered facial expression with the mouth open, and he has the silver goggles with his white lab coat, green suit, some printing on the torso, and as well across the bottom of his legs. Now Spider-Man doesn't really have any changes to his outfit. The spider emblem is still on the crest, and the web on the facial print with the eyes. Traditional red and blue outfit, no printing on the legs, but in this set he does come with a web line accessory. There's a 1x1 circle stud on each end. One's affixed to his hand, the other you could put against any stud you want, and he could swing or make it look like he is swinging on one of his webs. And it almost looks like a beaded necklace with those white solid pieces on the rope. But I don't mind that design too much because it gives him something to hold on to at various points across the rope. So A+ for thinking there. And lastly, we have our armored car driver, who's just a regular security guard, wearing the traditional blue shirt, tie, badge, pocket in the front, black trousers, and his black cap. I wanted to change Doc Ock's position and turn him around to show you the backside of how this is attached to his character, and also the length you get with these Technic pieces to show how long the octopus arms can stretch. Now this is with the top outstretched as far as it can go. The bottom is slightly turned and bent so I can get the minifigure to stand. He's actually resting on those arms. If you don't have any support, the minifigure will fall over backwards because this Technic setup is very heavy and the minifigure's not able to support it. Even if you kind of bend him at the waist and lean him forward, he'll just look funky, but he still won't be able to support the weight of the arms. I picked the minifigure up just to give you a better close-up of these Technic pieces. Now, they're attached via a 4-prong Technic post, and they will turn 360 degrees, and there is 1, 2, 3 hinged sections with a claw at the end of each arm. And they simply just slide right on. They're really easy to pull off. And it will make like a fan and go all the way around because this is connected to a post that's on the minifigure. And it looks like a backpack get-up, but instead of a stud, it actually has a post. And this is how Doc Ock gets his octopus arms. Now we can get a really good tight shot of the minifigures from the back. There is no printing on our officer. There is no alternate face either. For Spider-Man, the web printing carries around the head, but obviously there's no cap or head attire for him, no alternate face either. And we have the spider on the back of his suit with a few red stripes that contain the web across the back as well. No printing on the back of his legs. And Doc Ock does come with an alternate face. He has more of a smiling, smirking face as his alternate, still wearing those silver shades, and a little bit of printing on the backside of his torso also. And the 4 sections that show the ripped jacket, that's actually where his arms are actually coming out the backside of his body. And that's why there's 4 kind of torn sections there. Now, one of the play features in this set involves a spider web launcher. Now, this was LEGO's attempt, I believe, before they came out with the super launchers for the minifigures, hence why they included the spider web line. Now, it's attached to a piece of street, maybe a small wall barrier, something to jump over, if you will. Now, to use this, you would put a minifigure on this single stud, but you can't push the minifigure down really tight because they won't launch. You have to have them loose on there. Just this web piece doesn't give it enough oomph to really launch it. Now I'm going to lean this forward a little bit just to show you what's underneath. It's just a buildup of studs with a flush tile here so that nothing catches when you fold it down. But you place it right on top, and I'll do this the best I can on camera. I'll hold it in place, and voila! Spider-Man flies. Now the armored car is really cool, and I like the stickers that come on it. I think it was set up pretty neat. A little bit weird because it has to have the exploding back. There's like 4 hidden safes. But the doors do open on both sides, and there is a step up for the driver to get into the cab. And instead of trying to play around with this little space and get a minifigure in there, well, the top flips up as well. We could just fold this back, and now you have access to the top of the vehicle to put your minifigures inside. If we look inside the vehicle, all we see is some studs down at the bottom. It could fit 2 people if they have their arms raised, because you will have shoulder-to-shoulder issues, and 1 steering wheel. There's no dashboard or extra tile pieces inside. From the front, I like the shape, the grille design, the bars, the headlights, the bumper. It just looks like an armored car. The overhang with the 4 orange 1x1 pieces just above the windshield, it just looks really cool from all sides. Now here's the other side of the vehicle. Again, we have a door that does open, and I didn't show you on the other side, but both sides come with this locked hatch piece, and you can open this up and you can store some stuff in there. There's nothing in either side right now, but it just gives you a place to put maybe like a weapon accessory, if you will, or some sort of fire extinguisher, or some other type of small piece that would fit in that little hole. There's also the armored bars on each side of the car in between the sticker. I like these 1x1 exposed studs here because that gives Spider-Man's web something to attach to. Remember, there's a 1x1 circle stud at the end of each side. So it could look like he's latched on to the car and he's being dragged behind or swinging from some other building. Now from the back, it looks like an armored vehicle, but this is where it gets a little funky. And the reason why it gets funky is because of the play factor that's in this set. So I guess I can excuse the design here. Although it does look pretty neat. You have the 2 latches across the top. It looks like rear windows if you were to have doors there. But those are actually the safe components. There's 4 different safes inside. I'm just going to angle this a little bit because this lever here is what you push to explode the safes out of the vehicle. You can see that they're lifting up. If I push this down, that goes back to flush. So this bumper acts as a stopper. This ledge really doesn't do anything. It's this black piece here that will launch and explode the back of the vehicle. I will demonstrate. Let's look at this compartment just for a moment. There's 1x6 long flush tiles that will lift up by pushing down that lever, and that causes the safes to explode out of the back of the vehicle. Here are the 4 safes and the pieces Lego gives you to put in each one. You have a piece of gold, 2 printed $100 bills, and 2 diamonds. Aw, curses, it looks like Doc Ock got foiled, and he's now entangled in Spider-Man's web. Spider-Man saves the day. He recovered the gold and is returning it to our armored car driver. And that will wrap our little story and review of the Marvel Superheroes Doc Ock Truck Heist. We hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a thumbs up if you did. Make sure that you click that subscribe button. Check out our other content. Make sure that you share our videos with your family and friends. We hope to see you back for another video in the near future. Until then, we wish you well and happy building.